Did you know that when the DLC Markarth comes out, there will be 3 new provisioning recipes? Want to know more? Keep watching. Hi, folks. Welcome to Rudy Vision. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 new recipes that come out when the DLC Markarth hits. And I'll just get right into it. The name of these 3 recipes, the first one is called the Colovian War Tort. The second one is called the Molten War Tort, and the final one is called the White Gold War Tort. All 3 of these provisioning recipes you can make in the provisioning table, and it's just kind of like making a food item, basically. The only difference, however, is they are not stackable. If you remember when you make long fin pasty, for instance, you can make 100 of them and they are stackable. Well, with this type of recipe, they are not stackable. And what this recipe does, it is going to give you a boost on your Alliance War skill line. So let's take, for example, Rapid Maneuver. If you wanted to level that up faster, this particular food item, or rather all 3 of these food items, will help you with that. Now, the only real difference between all 3 of these food items is the very first one I'm going to be talking about gives you a 50% boost. The next one gives you a 100% boost, and the final one gives you a 150% boost. Now, you can also use this buff with other buffs. What that means is if you use this Alliance War skill line buff that I'm going to be talking about, you can combine it with other buffs such as an EXP boost used from Acidic Ambrosia, or like with Longfin Pasty, you can use your regular food, and in addition to that, you can use the Alliance War buff as well. Now, let me talk about all 3 of these recipes, starting with the first one. The first one is called the Colovian War Tort, and it's a 50% boost on your Alliance War skill ability. Now, this is found, according to Elder Scrolls website, in the Wilds of Cyrodiil, and it's from a curious green glowing book. I have no clue what this means. I hope they elaborate a little bit more on this as time goes by, but supposedly it's a glowing green book. So I don't know if this is going to be on, in furniture items, where let's say if you go inside a building, will it be in a building? Will it be outside of a building? Is it a portal? Is it just a green book that appears out of nowhere? I have no clue. But that's what the website says, and I guess as time goes by, we'll find out a little bit more information on this. Now, to make the Colovian War Tort recipe, the ingredients for this is called the Cyrodiil citrus, and you get this from completing a quest in Cyrodiil towns. So if you go to Bruma or Cropsford and you complete those daily quests, you have the chance of getting the ingredient for this recipe. Now, the second recipe, the Molten War Tort, you get that from combining the food item from the first recipe along with another item called the Chef Artiquitus Tort Dissertation. It's a very wordy item, but this can be purchased for a whopping 500k Televar stones. I don't know about you guys, but Televar stars or Televar stones, they're not easy to come by. It's not like Alliance points where you can just stand there and collect them. You have to do fighting. It's a very PvP and PvE oriented type of system in order to get these Televar stones. So when you're going about getting it, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. It's not like regular alliance points. So just to give you guys a heads up, if you want the second recipe here, it's going to require Televar stones. So when you combine those two pieces, one that you get with 500,000 Televar stones, and the other you get from the first food item I talked about, you'll be able to craft and make the recipe itself. And then from there, the ingredients that you need to actually produce the food item that this particular recipe makes, the Molten war tort, you're going to need what's called the ruby blossom extract. And you get that with Televar also. And that's a whopping 100k Televar. So I certainly hope they increase a little bit the amount of Televar you get, because this is outrageous. I mean, 100k Televar, even that's not easy to come by. And trust me, I've been out there in Imperial City. I know it's tough getting Televar. You get ganked. You can lose your stones just by dying from an NPC. I mean, it's not easy to come by. So, and the final recipe is called the white gold war tort. This gives a 150% boost, and you get it by combining what was made from the molten war tort food item along with something that's called the Chef Artius Lost Thesis, which is found by completing a battleground. And according to Elder Scrolls website, it's rare to come by. And you have a better chance of a probability of getting it by winning a battleground. So when you combine those two, you get the recipe, and then to make the food item from the recipe, you need a molten war tort food from the one I mentioned previously, and you combine that with something that's called the morning dew, which is found by a resource node in Cyrodiil. Let me just backtrack here. If you guys are familiar with the ethereal dust, you get that from farming normal resource nodes in any zone out there in Cyrodiil. Okay? Minus Cyrodiil. This particular morning dew dust is similar to that, only it has to be a resource node out in Cyrodiil. I don't know anyone in their right mind who farms Cyrodiil for resources, except if it's a double EX, double drop bonus. I mean, I don't see people doing that. And I hate to break it to you, but if you start doing that, you're more than likely going to get ganked. I mean, can you imagine, farming resource nodes out in Cyrodiil, and you're just about ready to get this item that you need, and you're about to pick it up, and all of a sudden you get ganked and killed on a one-shot wonder. So, I mean, good luck. These last two recipes are going to be super hard to come by, and they're going to be worth a lot, but that's just the way it is. All right, folks. So that's the update on the war tort recipes. If you like this video, hit the like button, become a subscriber. I put out videos each and every week, and I'll see you next time.